part of the lesson is neuroglial cells, also called as glial cells, also called as supporting cells of central nervous system as well as peripheral nervous system. Neuroglial cells are supporting cells of central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Their number is far greater than the number of neurons. That is, even though neurons are the structural and functional unit of nervous system, the supporting cells are more than the neurons. That is, glial cells are there more than the number of neurons. The embryonic origin of neurons and most of the neuroglial cells are ectoderm. Generally, the nervous system and the neurons in particular originates from ectoderm of embryonic germ layer. The glial cells also originate from the ectoderm of embryonic germ layer. Types of neuroglial cells. There are different types of neuroglial cells. Classification of neuroglial cells are based on their structure as well as their function. The first type of neuroglial cells are oligodendrocytes. Oligodendrocytes are located in the central nervous system, CNS. Function. These cells are with a few branches and shows a myelin sheath around the axon, which form the white matter of central nervous system. Myelin is an insulating sheath made up of lipids and fatty substances. Myelin sheath, which is also called as medullary sheath, which is around the axon. It allows faster transmission of electrical impulses. So the first type of neuroglial cells which we mentioned are oligodendrocytes. Oligodendrocytes generally forms the white matter of CNS and they are characterized by the presence of a myelin sheath around their axon. They are generally functional in order to transmit the nerve impulse in a much faster manner. The second type are called as microglial or brain macrophages. Location, central nervous system. Function, small sized cells with a few branches. You can see a small diagram is given. They are small sized cells with a few branches. These are derived from monocytes and act as macrophages. They mediate immune responses in the central nervous system. Macrophages are amoeboid cells. They have the ability, they carry out phagocytosis. That means they can engulf solid particles which comes in their way. And engulfing of solid materials by a macrophage is called as phagocytosis. This macrophages helps in the removal of dead cells as well as cellular debris. The third type of glial cells are called astrocytes. It is obvious from the word astrocytes. They are star-shaped. Aster means star. Star-shaped and the most abundant glial cells of central nervous system. Secretion and absorption of neurotransmitters and maintenance of blood-brain barrier BBB. Regulation, the transmission of electrical impulses within the brain are some of the functions of astrocytes. Location, again in the central nervous system. Astro means star. The next group of glial cells are ependymal cells. Ependymal cells form single layer of squamous or columnar, often ciliated epithelial cells lining the ventricles of brain and central canal of spinal cord. These are responsible for the secretion of CSF. Location, central nervous system. Ependymal cells are the lining of ventricles. There are 4 ventricles in the brain. The lateral ventricles or the first and second ventricle present in the cerebrum, third ventricle present in the diencephalon, and the fourth ventricle present in the medulla oblongata. All the ventricles are lined with the ependymal cells. The fourth ventricle is continued as the central canal of spinal cord. So we can get a lining of central canal as ependymal cells. One of the functions cited of One of the function of ependymal cell is secretion of cerebrospinal fluid. And location, they are present in the central nervous system. SCHWANN cells, these are the most abundant glial cells of PNS, peripheral nervous system. They produce myelin sheath around medullated nerves of peripheral nervous system. Location, peripheral nervous system. The main function is to produce myelin sheath around the medullated nerves of PNS. The last one is satellite cells. They support the functions of neurons. Location, peripheral nervous system. Diagram of oligodendrocyte is given here and diagram of satellite cells are also given. So the main component of the glial cells or the main types of cells in supporting part of the nervous system are oligodendrocyte, then we have SCHWANN cells, we have astrocytes, we have ependymal cells. All these are cells of the nervous system, even though they are not structurally and functionally similar to the neuron. They provide support to the neurons as well as help in carrying out some of the functions of central nervous system, like protection of CNS, then collection of cellular debris. All these are done by the supporting cells or the glial cells. Glial cells are as important as that of the neurons. Even though they don't transmit the impulses, they play a vital role in maintaining the structure as well as function of central nervous system as well as peripheral nervous system. Thank you.